My name is Samantha Dombo. I'm a creative who's currently completing her fashion design degree at South Joburg, South Africa. From a very young age, I was always sketching, drawing designs, and all of that. So I always knew that the creative industry is where I would end up. What my turning point was when I entered the Fashion Week in Zimbabwe, which is the biggest fashion week in my country. It was literally by whim that I entered, but long story short, I was named Designer of the Year. 2 years forward now, in my third year, and I realized there's so much more to the fashion industry than just typical catwalks and drawing illustrations. I've learned such exciting and new things as textiles, conceptual fashion theory, and the history of it, which has only just grown and solidified my love for it. Textiles is my biggest interest currently. This is where Amsterdam comes in. I applied recently to the Amsterdam Institute where I was accepted, and I'm super excited. Sounds so blonde.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I applied to the Amsterdam Fashion Institute where I will be completing my degree and at the same time delving more into the textiles part. One would normally think that fashion is a superficial based thing where it's just about the catwalks and designers going to fancy parties and all of that, but it's actually far from that. Fashion has such depths to it that you wouldn't actually imagine, such as in the sports industry where you've got airway technology coming from textiles. That's part of fashion once again, or such as prosthetic limbs being designed in such ways where textiles actually adapt to the body and all of that. That's all still part of fashion, so it has depths. Fashion is literally a mirror of what society is and a projector at the same time. Current situations are being directly shown on the runways and catwalks as in translated through clothing to projections of the future, such as urban nomadism being reflected in clothing on the runways, to a projection such as the post-apocalyptic theme where people have this sense of, is the world coming to an end? With all these things such as war and all happening, people are uncertain, and fashion is kind of giving us a taste of what life would be like. Last year we had the whole Marsala color theme and all of that, and this year it's the Pantone colors of baby blue and light pink, which is all about finding this balance and spirituality, which in society today we seem to be struggling with, all trying to find that identity. So that's one of the big themes I go for. Urban nomadism is definitely going to be pushed once again to the forefront. We feel this sense of no longer wanting to belong to one place. As per se, as human beings, we feel like we want to travel to so many different places. Clothing is now being made in such a way that's able to adapt to such as me. I come from Zimbabwe, but I'm here in South Africa and I'm going to be traveling to Amsterdam soon. I don't feel this need to have to stay in one place. I made a object that basically transformed from a very avant-garde interpretation of a bag into a piece of clothing, which was directed at the genderless and urban nomad. So I wasn't necessarily born and bred into the whole Armani or Gucci kind of headset. I came from the creative art side. My painting and my sketching style, that's what would set me apart, because I then take that style from illustrations and translate it into clothing. My fashion sense, how I dress, actually isn't how I design. My design process is an alter ego of who I am. So, but still part of me very much so. Find out who you are, stick to that. Don't let institutions or anybody else tell you otherwise. Stick to your guns. What I would actually love to design would be an exhibition at a museum in one of the international leading museums worldwide. I'm very much about conceptual design and the thinking and what evokes in us. I've noticed a lot now, especially going to Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week and all, it's a lot about this very clean-cut, simplistic look, which is also what's happening on the international stage. But the good thing is that South Africa is also bringing in its own interpretation of it. I mean, it's also a very young industry that's growing, and it's good to see so many creatives coming and putting forth their fresh new ideas. Go to the streets. That's where it always starts. Not the big brands like the Louis Vuittons or the Gucci's. What they do is actually they go to the streets themselves and find inspiration from there. So all those bloggers out there and all those fashionistas on the street making it, that's who you should look out for. My icons would have to be a lot of conceptual designers and also who make brilliant couture garments, such as Alexandra McQueen, Iris van Harpen, who actually studied under him, and Ray Kawakubo leading the pack, who's a Japanese designer with amazing aesthetics. Each year she changes her collection to something completely different, just to challenge our conceptual themes and all on what fashion really is. Japanese design I've always found to be so beautiful in terms of the thought process behind it to the actual execution of it. It's amazing. Oh, my biggest fear would have to be somewhere close to home in terms of the continent of Africa. We're a very young and upcoming fashion industry, I'd say, and I don't want it to be where we look up to the other international stages such as New York or London and Italy, and we take that on without actually adding our own flavor. I believe we have so much to give because we have so many different countries and cultures that we should actually look to ourselves first and then outside. Never lose yourself. No matter what, you're going to go through so many processes in life, especially as creatives, where you're going to be doubted and put down and nobody may believe in your idea. If you have an idea and you believe in it, don't let anybody take that away from you. Whether it's your institutions or as in social trends or anything, stick to your guns. The meaning of life. Living. Live every experience to the fullest and have no regrets. Cool beans. Oh, you're asking me.